2026 is the year I declare war on the dad bod with Christian men. I'm pumped up. I'm about to throw this expo marker across the room, just like the Coach Doug days when I coached basketball in middle school. Let's go. Listen, I'm fired up. I'm just sick. I'm sick of dads that have a gut and they're like getting all spiritual with their goals. Well, Doug, I'm not looking to be a bodybuilder or anything. I just want to feel better and glorify God with my body. I just want to be healthy. That's not a goal. That's basic stewardship. That is basic stewardship. What do you mean you want to be healthy? You say, on the contrary, I want to have a 40-inch waist and increase my risk for cardiac events? Come on. I'm sick of it. Well, I know I go in a gas station and spend $10 every day, and I eat out several times a week, but I just can't afford them up to invest in my fitness goals right now, Doug. All right. Well, I'm going to take up running this year. That's free. Is running specific to your goal? I'm going to go on a 7-day fast. What does that have to do with anything? If you're doing it for spiritual reasons, fine. But for physical reasons, no. There's nothing about a fast that's going to help you that you wouldn't get from controlling your calories, eating in a reasonable, practical way, being strong, and staying lean. And that's what people miss. Well, I'm going to be functional. I want to train functionally. I'm going to cuss. Do you know what would be functional? If you could bench press, let's say 275 for a few reps, at least. Squat 315 for a few reps, and deadlift 405. Very conservative numbers. You would be functional, and you'd be able to kick someone's ass, actually. Do you think someone's intimidated by you swinging that 20-pound kettlebell? Most of the guys promoting that stuff got their muscle from bodybuilding, which is a word you're afraid of for whatever reason, when all weightlifting and fitness is a form of bodybuilding. Okay? Hard pill to swallow for some of you. If you would actually get strong, you would be functional. Okay? Stop it. You don't magically get ginormous like Ronnie Coleman and Andrew jacked because they were on thousands of dollars of steroids per month. I hate to break it to you, you're not. Even if you let a doctor sucker you into TRT instead of sleeping better and fixing your diet, which is the case for 90% of the people I talk to, because they didn't actually have symptoms of low testosterone. They just got fed a number and said, oh, you're low, bro. Let's get you on this. No. And then the worst thing, dads want to do something crazy. They want to, let's do hard 75, 2 workouts a day, do all this crazy stuff. It's hard. That's not it. You don't need hard 75. You need consistent 365. So January 1st isn't a dangerous time of year for you again. What do you mean dangerous time of year, man? Because January 1st becomes it's just a sentimental time for you where you're like, well, I don't set resolutions. That's cheesy. Who does that? They all fell by January 12th anyway. So I'm going to, kind of get caught up in the spirit though. I'm at someone's house. We're watching New Year's stuff, watching Pitbull get sweaty, watching Ryan Seacrest interview people. Oh, they kissed. Oh, look at that. He proposed to her. Planet Fitness stuff everywhere. The ball drops. And you're like, yeah, I am going to do better this year. You make resolutions. You just don't call them resolutions because you say it's cheesy, but then you still kind of try to do something different and you fail because you're not all in. Why? And that's the danger. You reinforce this narrative and it leaks into your identity and it weakens your identity, which should scare you to death as a dad, should scare you to death as a husband, should scare you to death as a Christian, trying to serve out God's purpose for your life, trying to be the best steward of what he's given you, and you're taking care of all this stuff at work, taking care of the lawn, you pull weeds, you trim the shrubs, you cut the grass, but you let your waist get big, but you're soft, but you can't even put up a respectable bench press without bouncing it off your chest like a beach ball at a Nickelback concert. I'm stepping on toes, I know. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the excuses. You're looking at a guy that's been coaching for 10 years. And I admit, I know my strengths and weaknesses, you know. In basketball, I had a coach tell me once, you know, the important thing is that you know where your strengths are and you know where your weaknesses are. So we can work on the weaknesses and we can celebrate the strengths. And that's okay to do. And I know my strengths. I know when I talk to someone, I just naturally just see their potential. It's like this deep depth I see in them that I guess most people don't see. And that's one thing that makes me a good coach. I understand that coaching isn't about X's and O's. It's about a lot of emotional intelligence, which I'm good at. I'm willing to be radically honest even about myself and go to depths of understanding myself that people aren't willing to do, that people be, oh, don't say that. But I'm just being honest because I'm a very emotionally intelligent person. What I'm not the best at sometimes is marketing, because I'm a very nuanced person, and sometimes nuance doesn't convince people well. But I do want to convince you of something today. The reason most dads don't build anything worthwhile, and they just kind of go to the gym, they talk for 5 minutes between sets, they go through the motions, is this. You should be refusing to negotiate something, just one thing in 2026. Refuse to negotiate one thing to start 2026. Not because it's new, it's just because you're trying to grow and develop. And just naturally, this is a time of year when we do it as humans. And I see too many guys negotiate things because they don't have a standard. And they don't have a standard because they're not plugged into a community with like-minded men. And as a result of that, their identity is being rubbed off on people who cheat on their diet regularly, who don't train hard. They talk for 10 minutes between sets at the gym. They make, self-depreciating humor. Oh, you should have seen what I ate last night. I'm gonna have to kill myself in the gym today. That's not healthy talk, man. What is funny about binging? What is funny about eating too much? What is funny about getting drunk? Something the Bible explicitly says is foolish. When you're a man, the Bible says you should be a man and put childish things away. And I see a lot of grown men that are negotiating with things like they're children. Like they're children. And look, we all have struggles. But if it's a struggle and if you know it's a weakness, get help. That's why, in 2020, I made a jump. I hired a business coach. At that point, I thought I was doing okay. I was teaching. I was making some extra money from training people. It was going all right, but I knew I wasn't hitting my potential. And this is just real talk, personal talk. We'd had 2 children, 2 babies, and both times I wish my wife could have had a longer maternity leave than I was able to give her, because for some reason, you're not going to make everybody happy, so I'm just going to say it. If it makes some people mad that are teachers, so be it. But because I wasn't a man when I was in college and I picked a career where I was essentially just going to be getting paid less for more time off, excusing it as, well, I'll be giving back, knowing that I wouldn't be able to provide for a family with that. And I was ashamed of that. Doug, don't say that about men that are teachers. I'm just talking about my experience, man. I'm just talking about my experience. And I wanted to level up. I wanted to do something I was passionate about. And I hired a mentor because I knew that's an area of my life I needed help. Marketing myself, getting my message across better. And I'm still improving on it. because I'm very nuanced, you know. I love old school bodybuilding. I love simplicity, but I also am passionate about keeping, you know, my values and my faith ingrained in this and our identity. And it's something that I've been very blessed to do, and I'm still learning and growing. And then this year I hired a content coach to help with like videoing and stuff like that, and just little tricks here and there, editing. But you know, that's the thing, if you need help, you get help. And I've made 413 Barbell Club to where there's something for everybody. If you want to be a part of a free community, where if you want just support and a little accountability, maybe you want to inspire someone, hey, I tried this recipe, it was good, you can join my free Skool group. Completely free. You can read my Unstuck ebook in there with form videos exclusively inside. You can watch my contest prep vlog series. I'm competing on May 9th this year. You can see how a dad with a busy life running a business still makes time to prep for a bodybuilding show. And the idea isn't that it's my plan, not yours, but then to help you, inspire you, and just to go along with me with whatever you are doing. Thinking, man, if Doug can get to single digit body fat while maintaining muscle, getting on stage, do a posing routine, all this stuff, juggling at business and being a dad, playing guitar at his church, I can lose 20 pounds, right? And that's what it's about. Don't negotiate. Pick one thing you're not going to negotiate. Maybe it's waking up 3 days a week at 5 a.m. That's why you're still getting sleep, man. Like, look, this is not a suffering contest. Quit making it a suffering contest. When I say refuse to negotiate, I'm not saying suffer more. I'm saying just tap into how Christ sees you more. Tap into your identity. Quit talking so negatively about yourself, man. You're a grown man, and you're talking down about yourself. You're a grown man, and you're comparing yourself to that person on social media that's on thousands of dollars of steroids. You're a grown man, and you're out here eating cookies and ice cream and cake, soothing yourself. Like, what are we doing? I'm done with it. I'm done with it. If you want to change, cool. Pick one thing to refuse to negotiate on. One thing. If you don't want to change, fine. But don't complain when you're not where you want to be. Don't complain when your family doesn't see you as a superhero. Your family doesn't see you as a strong man. They see you as soft. Don't complain. But if you want to commit and refuse to negotiate, saying, I'm going to lift 4 days a week, barring it's a normal week. I'm not talking vacation, not talking about Christmas and stuff like that. Normal weeks. I'm not sick. I'm going to lift 4 days. I'm going to quit using food to soothe my emotions. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm going to read the New Testament. I did that last year with a group of guys. Shout out to my client, Tony, for the invite. We had a couple of the guys from the club in there. But man, we need a standard, not a performance. We need identity, not discipline, and certainly not motivation. We need community, not cheerleaders. We need progress, not perfection. And too many dads are perfectionists right now. And too many dads are all or nothing. Too many dads want to suffer. Let's fast. Let's do hard 75. I'm going to be functional. I'm going to swing this kettlebell better than you. I'm going to do 3 exercises at once because I'm functional. Pick up a barbell and quit acting like a 12-year-old boy. Train like a man, okay? That kettlebell is going to make you soft. Stop it. So the 6-week rebuild starts tomorrow. And I'm super pumped. 4 quick workouts a week. Guidance every week. A simple nutrition strategy that doesn't require tracking that you can stick to. Support, community. They're going to all lose 10 to 15 pounds if they want to. And if they're trying to build muscle, they're going to get a good boost knowing what actually builds muscle, not crazy randomness, shocking the muscle, as Arnold said. And it's a very affordable rate. For 6 weeks, it costs what 1 month of coaching in the inner circle with me cost. And then if that's not doable, I've got the 413 method. It's only $27 a month right now. It's going to go up as soon as we hit a certain number of members, because it is going to be more work to maintain. I'm going to have to hire more help with it when that happens. So take advantage of that now. Lock in your rate. If that makes more sense for you, 27. I mean, some of you spend that in 2 days at gas stations and then complain, well, I don't have money to invest in my health. Come on now. If it's important to you, you can make it work. And then if you just want a free resource, the Skool group is perfect for you. These videos, I just want to help. And this is the year I'm declaring war on the DadBod, and I'm sick of this word. I'm sick of the word negotiate. And that may step on your toes. I'm not negotiating. If you're saying that, you are negotiating. As men, we tell stories. We have egos. You are negotiating stuff. God does not want you to negotiate. He doesn't see you that way, but you see yourself, you're at that way because you talk negatively about yourself because your identity is broken. I have hundreds of conversations with people on social media a week, and 99% of the time, they're negotiating, they're making excuses. That's why I don't have 1,000 clients, okay? But the 1%, 3% maybe, that takes action, they don't regret it because they see results. Success loves speed. Get some help, whether it's the free community, 413 method, 6-week challenge. If you want to join my inner circle, I've got a good rate on that right now before the new year starts. All right, appreciate y'all watching. And hey, I didn't throw an expo marker. Maybe next time I will. You'll just have to watch and see. All right, y'all have a blessed new year.